Brian, it's Brick. How's it going?
Great, Brick. How are you doing?
I'm great. Welcome to Reppin' Fitness.
Thank you for having me.
Brick Headstrong! Brick Headstrong! He's got the reps to you! He's got the reps to you! Brick Headstrong!
Now, I'm going to pull the curtain back just a little bit for the viewers at home. We've done this already.
We have.
We did. And unfortunately, I'm still learning how to use computers. So, my apologies, but this is going to be a fun episode.
No, absolutely. That's okay, and I get to talk to you again. So I really, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I have so much to tell you, catch you up on, and I got tons of questions for you. But
Good.
before we get to those, did you go to the gym today? Did you work out?
Not yet today, but yesterday, yes.
What'd you do yesterday?
Yesterday, I actually did a later gym routine, and I went in and I kind of worked basically the biceps and just kind of the upper. Feeling a little bit today, but yeah, working the biceps.
That's a good muscle to work.
Yeah.
I won't hate on that. But listen, last time we talked, at the end of the episode, I remember you went outside and you got some steps in.
I did.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you were inspired because steps are reps too. People need to know that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, if you could think back, do you remember the first time you started working out?
Oh my goodness. I actually do. Yeah.
Oh,
I do.
What happened? What were you doing?
I was I was younger, and I remember I went with my mother who was working out at a gym, and I went there, and it really was the first time that I kind of walked around on my own, was just allowed to walk around on my own. Probably was pre-teens,
Wow.
and it was back when the equipment was called Nautilus equipment, and it was the first time that people had actually seen a gym that had the cable equipment. And I went and I sat and I started trying it out, and not soon after that, we got something at home for us to use. So,
That's cool. You know this is Reppin' Fitness. I got to ask you about reps. Is there a rep range that you find most effective for the type of workouts you do?
Yeah, I would say if you're talking about the rep number, I'm always trying to hit like a 12.
12.
12 is what I try to go for. Increase for 3 different kind of sets, and then the fourth one I'll do a decrease back down again just to try to see how far I can go with that.
Just to wear them
try
out.
To get to 12 every time. Usually that third set, 10 gets pretty hard, but at least then I know I'm pushing myself.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're aiming for. You just want to push yourself that hard so that your muscles grow big and strong, like me.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
So yeah, since the last time we talked, I got my NASM certification. I'm a certified personal trainer. Can you believe it?
Awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You must feel great about that.
Oh, I do. Absolutely. I'm ready to get running. I'm ready to get that bag. I got to make some money, But the problem is I've spent so much money on that certification and all the training I've done. I'm out of money. I don't know what to do next.
Well, we need some clients.
We do.
Gotta get some clients and get the word out there. You've got a good social media presence, so I think it's going to come really quick. But
now, what do you think it is that trainers get wrong when they're trying to take their hobby into being a real business? What's going on there?
Well, I think you said it right there in that last sentence. First of all, it is a mindset shift. Think about it. It has been a hobby.
You're right.
Now you're no longer, I'm not in the hobby of fitness anymore. I'm in the business of fit. I'm a businessman and fitness is my business. Right. So it's a mindset shift is usually the first thing, just to realize, whoa, I'm actually a businessman first and foremost now. And my business is fitness.
Right. Maybe I should stop giving my friends deals, right?
Well, I got a theory on the friend deal thing. It's nice and everything, but your friends should be supporting you as an up and coming, business. They should be supporting you. So, they shouldn't necessarily be looking for the deals too much. If they want to give you a deal, have them go out and refer to you to other people.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, once this thing starts cooking, right?
Yep.
And I'm getting business.
Yep.
What can I do to avoid burnout? What are some key systems or maybe processes that someone like me should put into place to streamline my day-to-day work? Any ideas?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay. What do we got?
Well, one, from a marketing perspective, social media marketing, there's a lot of things that you can do there. There's some AI programs that can handle at least returning a message to somebody. If I reach out to you and you're busy and I get a message say, hey, this is Brick's AI. Thank you very much for reaching out to me, but I'm coaching somebody at the moment, but your message is super important to me and I'm going to get back to you when I can. Almost like old school, voicemail kind of thing. You can start using AI for that. That's one big one.
What kind of AI?
One of the ones that is becoming pretty popular that people are using is called ManyChat.
ManyChat. Okay.
ManyChat
Tell me about that. I've heard about that.
Yeah, ManyChat is one that a lot of people are using because it's, first of all, it's easy to use and you can build up different flows, different process flows for these individuals. You could have it so you could say, hey, if you want Brick's latest ebook, type in rep in the message and I'll send you the ebook and the automation will do that for you.
I like that. Now, are there any other types of systems I should implement to save me some time?
There's a couple of really good examples I can give you because obviously what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep Brick's fingers off of a keyboard.
That's right.
It's not going to work if your fingers on the keyboard. That's not going to work. We need to keep your fingers off the keyboard. So here's a good example. One of the things that I hear trainers talk about is I'm on a call with the person that wants to now get trained and we're making the payment, we're making things happen. And I say, okay, great. What's the next thing you have to do? Well, I have to hang up the call. I have to take this person's information. I have to enter it into whatever training software that I plan to use with them. I got to type all that in. I got to send them the form so they can fill out their profile, all of that stuff.
That's a lot.
There's automation now that can do that for you.
What kind?
There's a tool called Zapier. Zapier is used to automate all kinds of things, but in your specific example, Brick, one of the automations I've done for folks and help them show them how to do this is as soon as the customer pays, let's say they're using Stripe, as soon as they make the payment, Stripe then tells the automation, take their name, their email address, go over to the exercising software, set them up a new profile, send them a profile email form to fill out so they can get all of their particulars before you even hung up the phone.
Wow, that's great. It gets all that info just like that?
Yep, you don't have to do it.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, I use ChatGPT, right?
Yep.
And I actually named it Arnold AI.
Nice.
Yeah, so it responds to me like it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's pretty great.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, but how do I price my stuff? I don't understand. I see people often undervaluing their own services.
Yeah.
How should a fitness coach structure their pricing? This way, I don't run out of money.
Right. Well, one of the things I'd recommend, Brick, is you need to sit back and think about yourself as a service. If you were going to hire another trainer to do training for your clients, you would pay them a certain amount of money. You need to come up with what your own rate is. What's Brick's rate? First of all, put a value to your hour. Once you've got that, then you can start to figure out, all right, how many clients do I think I want to be servicing every month or every week, and start to work on that pricing structure for them. You need to be able to feel good about the money that you're making while you're working with them and not necessarily worrying about bills getting paid while you're working with them.
So what do you think? Maybe, I don't know. I live pretty lavishly. You think $10,000 a month, that makes sense for someone?
Not probably when you're first starting out.
Okay. How about maybe like $300. $300 a month. What's that like? Is that good?
$300 a month. Well, then I'd have to ask you, if I was paying $300 a month, how much brick time do I get?
Oh,
see, that's where you start to look and say, all right, for $300 a month, what's it make sense for me?
What does make sense for me?
You know, are we a call every week? Are we a call every other week? Are we what else am I getting? Are you helping me with my fitness plans? You're helping me with my macros, all of that stuff. You want to basically create a package that has brick value. And it doesn't always have to be every single moment of time. It doesn't have to be your time, your hour. There's a lot of things that you're going to give people that has a lot of value that I would have to go pay money if I was going to get it from somewhere else. Include that in with your rate.
Do you think $300 is too much, too little?
I would honestly say somebody like you that's certified and everything, that's probably too low.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think at that rate, I should have at least 50 clients. That's a lot of clients. I don't know if I can handle that many.
Exactly.
I might need some help.
Yep. That's another thing. That's an interesting point you just brought up. Might need some help. That's when you go from hobbyist to now I'm a business. But then what if I'm a business that wants to expand and you want to get help?
You're right.
That's where you've got to take a consideration, say, well, maybe one day I am going to bring in new trainers to work with our clients using the brick method.
That's right. The brick method. That's what I was thinking, because I don't know how I feel about handing off clients to someone else. You know, they got to know how I work. I want to know how the client works.
Yep.
So let's talk about clients.
Yeah.
Are there systems that us trainers can use to track client progress, keep them accountable, and, keep them coming around so I can keep getting that bag? What do you think?
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, in business terminology, we're always calling that a CRM.
A CRM.
Client relationship management tool.
Oh.
In the fitness space, though, a lot of the apps that trainers are using, so I'll use the example of the app Trainerize.
Well, I've heard of that.
Okay, so Trainerize is your CRM. It's the where you can put all your client data.
Wow.
You can track progress with them. You can communicate with them. You can put their meal plans in there, their exercise regimen, all of that stuff can be in Trainerize. And it's like the CRM for the fitness and health space.
Interesting.
It's one app, track them all in there.
Is there a back end to that, like an admin panel?
There is an admin panel that you will have to be involved in, and that's part of the first automation I told you about. That normally without automation, every new client you'd have to log into that admin panel, put their first name, their last name, their email address, and then hit send them a profile so that they can fill it out. Well, the automation does that now for you.
Wow.
So all of that stuff is taken care of. And when they fill out their profile, it's loaded into the system. So gone are the days where you have to sit on the phone and say, okay, tell me how much you weigh, what's your height, all that stuff.
Well, that's interesting. That's great news. And anybody I hire, other trainers, they'll have access to it too?
Correct. And they can have all the clients that can be in there. You can basically segment out who's working with certain clients, client types, geography, all of that great stuff. It's a really good system to manage that business from a client, making sure the client is getting the value that they paid for perspective.
Wow. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but I get hired a lot to make custom videos for gyms, for everyday people, just trying to motivate each other. But
I can see that.
I have a hard time keeping up with the income, the money coming in, money coming out.
Yep.
Do you have any basic financial systems that coaches should have in place just to make sure we stay profitable and we're not just getting by,
Yeah. There's a bunch of them on the market. QuickBooks is one that is pretty popular with people.
I use QuickBooks, but really I use an Excel sheet. Is that a bad thing?
It is actually not. If you track it, if you're tracking it correctly, there's nothing wrong with an Excel sheet. As long as you've got expenses, income, you're tracking all appropriately, categorize your expenses. There's nothing wrong with an Excel sheet.
Why is it that I got to pay taxes?
Well, see, that's a lot bigger conversation.
Oh, okay.
That's the government just wants their piece. We all got to do it. Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't really like that much.
I know. I get it.
So we're talking about Brick's social media. I know I play good there. I'm best in the game. Best in the game. Yeah. But I know there's a lot of trainers out there who aren't as good as Brick at it, right?
Right.
Are there simple marketing systems that trainers can use to attract new clients consistently? Like we were just talking, and you were saying, friends make referrals. That's a pretty nice way.
Yep, it is.
Well, what else we got?
I think it's going to depend a little bit on your market. So as an example, if I was a trainer and I was looking to train with, I don't know, I'll just say corporate executives. I need to go where corporate executives hang out. They don't necessarily hang out all the time on Facebook and Instagram, but they're definitely on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
So that's why not put some content, no ads, but to content on LinkedIn to talk about the value of keeping in shape, how that affects your mental capacity to continue to crush it in your job. Bring those two ideas together. As long as it's always an informative kind of thing on LinkedIn, people will start to engage with it. And then your idea is that through that engagement that they reach out and say, hey, I actually want to learn a little bit more about the Brick method.
That's interesting. I was actually talking to a friend, my friend Alex. We were talking about using LinkedIn. And one of the things we were saying is on LinkedIn, you need to become a thought leader.
Yep.
Now, for a trainer who's listening and thinking, wow, Brian's got some great tips, and he's just giving them all to Brick. I need to get my business organized. What's the first step they should take today to start putting these systems into place? Obviously, they need a LinkedIn.
Yeah, they're going to need the accounts. But the very first thing I tell people, because they've got all these ideas flowing in their heads, there's two parts to your business, and right sitting in the middle of it is when the bag of cash gets handed over to you.
Oh, the bag of cash.
Bag of cash. So up to that point of bag of cash, this is where we're talking about growth. How do you grow your business by getting new clients? And then after the bag of cash, we talk about value. How do you continue to give those clients value so they always keep coming back and tell all their friends about it? When I start talking to coaches, or actually when I talk to anybody about this, the first thing I said, I want you to get a big piece of paper, bust out your crayons, and I want you to draw your idea of how that client is going to take their journey from seeing your ad for the very first time all the way to becoming a paying client, all the way to how you're going to continue to service them afterwards. I said, the best thing I can do, the best help I can give you is if I can see your idea in a drawing, I can look at your process and say, hey, you might want to consider this, not that, change it a little bit.
Well,
get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper.
I'm going to have to talk to my friend Artie. I was just visiting him recently. I'm going to have to get on the phone with him, see if he can help me draw this up.
Exactly. Cool name for somebody that draws all the time.
Right? That's what I said. I couldn't believe it. You know what else is a cool name?
What's that?
Jim.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I can't believe people are named that. Jim. Oh, my name's Jim. Guess what I'm doing? Going to the gym. Pretty crazy, right? I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Yep.
Oh, anyways. Brian. Sorry. Yeah. I got to find a gym.
Yeah.
Person named Jim. I know where the gym is. It's right over there. But anyways, have you ever taken a long break from going to the gym?
I have, Brick.
Oh, how long you think?
Oh, well, the longest has actually been years.
Whoa.
Like we're talking 10 plus years.
10 plus years?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, and I suffered. Yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
What got you back into it?
I think the biggest thing that got me back into it is, I'm 5'7".
Okay.
And I stepped on the scale one morning and I was 296 pounds,
Wow.
almost 300 pounds. And I saw that number. I said, this has got to change. And so I started a journey, basically a transformation to get the weight down. Started in the kitchen first, and then realized that, I'm also almost 53 years old. I wasn't at the time, but from an age perspective, if I didn't get back into the gym, eventually things are going to break.
Right.
And so that's what got me back into the gym after all those years. Yeah.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there a personal fitness goal you thought that would be impossible, but you still got through and achieved? I mean, that sounds like a big one.
Yeah, the weight I'm at right now, I've never been. It's been over 2 decades since I've been this weight, and I would have thought this goal, hit this weight, was impossible. Now I'm trying to push a little bit more than that, but I'm making sure that I'm doing it just safe, right way, taking it off slowly. But by the safe and right way, meaning I'm changing the habits around it, not necessarily trying to crash or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Sense. Now, is there any particular songs that fire you up at the gym? I'm always looking for recommendations. I like trying new music. Chris from Show Up Fitness, he hit me with country songs. I couldn't believe it. I don't know how you do that, but if you're going to say a country song, that's okay. But what do you got?
Well, I have my standard go-to that just gets me fired up every single time.
What's
and
that?
I'm going to show my age, but it's the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
When you have songs called Training Monologue, when you have songs called War, Hearts on Fire, all that kind of stuff, that I tell people, get on a treadmill, start to walk, start to listen to that soundtrack and see if you can still stay walking.
Right.
Because you're going to start to run.
Oh, absolutely. I can't slow down when I hear that stuff. That's the gold standard. That's the one. Yeah, I agree. That doesn't show your age. Not at all.
Good.
Everyone should have that on their list.
Yep.
But man.
I know. Yeah, it's this is my go-to. I continue to go to that. Yeah.
Well, Brian, before we go.
Yeah.
Gym intimidation. Everybody's always so nervous about going to the gym the first time. Do you have a piece of advice you can give to someone going to the gym?
I would just say, get into the gym. What's worked for me in the past is if I got the music kind of going and everything and I'm in my own little space, well, then I'm not necessarily concerned with those around me. You're really not there to compete with anybody. You're not there to, show up or show anybody up or anything like that. Stick to your goals, stick to what you want to do, focus on the exercise. But over time, you'll start to realize that the people that are around there, especially if you're consistent going back around the same time of day each time and you see the same people, you're going to realize that there's a lot of super nice people that are willing to, answer a question if you got a question. It doesn't have to be the staff. I've asked questions of people that have been working out saying, hey, tell me, why exactly are you doing that again? And then they'll tell me, and then that's it. So it shouldn't be that intimidating. Take a walk at the gym first if you really want to. Figure out what's in the gym, and then if you want to, go back home and figure out what you can work on, like what machines or free weights or everything you're going to use. And then when you go there, you're there with a mission.
Yeah, you feel a little more organized.
Yeah,
you're a little familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that because when Brick's at the gym, I put my headphones in. I do see a lot of the same people. I go around the same time every single day. And no one's bothering me. And I love seeing new people at the gym.
They're not asking for your autograph or anything?
Well, I go to a very exclusive gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arnold's there sometimes.
Okay. I understand now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we just hang out. Clang and bang. That's what we say.
Yeah.
Clang and bang. But hey, Brian, thanks again for being a guest on Reppin' Fitness.
I was going to say, I appreciate you having me again. And Brick, congratulations on getting your certification. I know you worked really hard on that, and that's a big deal. And I can't wait to see the success. It's going to explode for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. And hey, anybody watching at home, Brick is open for business. We'll see you on the next episode.